Welcome to Film 2009, always on the money. Coming up, Scrooge is back, but there's no expense spared as Jim Carrey heads up a new 3D version of A Christmas Carol. Taxing times for George Clooney and Ewan McGregor in The Men Who Stare at Goats.
See, I barely moved.
Love at any cost. The intense romance of John Keats comes to the screen in Bright Star. What price a great film script? Stay with us for advice on how to sell your big idea.
Keep it short, keep it simple, make it funny.
And no need to bring dinner money. Transformers' Megan Fox takes a bite out of her classmates in Jennifer's Body. Yes, it's only November, but as we know, Christmas comes earlier every year, especially for Disney, who unveiled the first taster of their new version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol at Cannes last spring, ahead of its debut in London's glittering West End on Wednesday and its nationwide release 2 days later. Obviously, this is a story that's been told any number of times on film, in everything from straight drama to lavish musicals, from the Muppets version to Disney's own Mickey's Christmas Carol, where the miserly Ebenezer Scrooge became a suspiciously Scottish Scrooge McDuck. Well, in the hope of preventing anyone from saying "bah humbug" when faced with yet another version, Oscar-winning director Robert Zemeckis has pulled out all the stops. Widely available in 3D, the film employs the latest motion capture technology and the big-name talents of Jim Carrey, Gary Oldman, Colin Firth and Bob Hoskins. So it's Christmas Eve. Scrooge sits alone at home after once more turning his back on fun and family when suddenly a visitor comes calling.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
That's the chance and hope. I'd rather not.
Expect the first. Tomorrow when the bell tolls 1.
Can't I take them all at once and have it over with, Jacob?
Expect the second, the next night at the same hour. And the third, upon the next night when the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more.
One of the novel features of this adaptation is that Carrey plays several key characters. Not only Scrooge in his youth and old age, but also the spirits of Christmas past, present and yet to come. So why did the film's big cheese think this was a good idea?
Ah! Humbug.
As I was thinking about Jim playing Scrooge, I was also thinking that the ghost might very well be an extension of his psyche. And I thought, well, here's an actor who can do anything and he can play multiple characters. So I presented this to Jim and he thought it was a great idea. It works wonderfully.
Do you know this place? Know it! I was an apprentice here. Way, it's old Fezziwig.
Yo-ho! Ebenezer, come on! Come on! 6! Come on! 6 o'clock! We're going to be here soon!
Dick Wilkinson. Bless me, yes, there he is, Dick Wilkinson. He was very attached to me, was Dick.
Yo-ho, me lads! No more work tonight! It's Christmas Eve! Blast off!
It's certainly a modern update. What would Dickens have thought of his classic 19th century novella transformed into a special effects-laden roller coaster ride?
It would probably be the least of his concerns. If you'd shown him the Muppets, Mr. Magoo, Donald Duck, you know, this would be just in a long string of extraordinary retellings, something that people feel compelled to do on a regular basis.
One of the things that is great about the cinema is we get a chance to reacquaint audiences with classic and timeless and timely stories, and we can re-envision them using modern tools.
And action!
Zemeckis pioneered performance capture with the Polar Express and Beowulf, so all eyes are on this project to see how the technology is developing and whether this really is the future of filmmaking.
If anyone who's a fan of digital cinema, you'll be able to see that the technical leaps that we've made are a thousandfold from when we started about 5 years ago.
Your salary.
I get to control the cinema aspects, but I get to work exclusively with my performers and get the best performance.
People balk a little bit at new technology. It's no less a valid way of capturing movement than celluloid.
They're still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here! I don't know what to do. I'm light as a feather, merry as a schoolboy. I've heard that laugh before.
Until now, it's been difficult to see why director Robert Zemeckis has become so excited about performance capture. Both his previous films, The Polar Express and Beowulf, were unconvincing hybrids of